Consume. My ears shut themselves open with the subtlety of an old garage door. My first sight, his instant is exhaling, bleached of its colors by the darkness. I escaped dreamland as my mind was alerted by a rapid shift in temperature. My feet are which can't make sense because thinking hurts when you just wake up. My neck hurt from marble below, swivels to the right to orient my head to the alarm clock at just the right angle for my tired ears to calibrate. 2:34 a.m. I don't need trouble this week. My head dives to the source of my inconvenience, my bath follows, and I scan my surroundings in this blackened reality. The room in front of my bed frame is the way it was when I got in and crashed. The front door in the right corner, my desk with some office supplies, and my laptop placed at just the right length away from its mechanics, and my clothes take it on themselves with haste, of course. My feet are sheltered from the air changed my by blanket, yet the effects of the cold are still present of them. The fabric insulation must have ruptured of something because it's fucking impossible for them to be that is we in the middle of June, so what is happening outside. I never felt such a rigorous cold before at that body part. I am now shifted to the closet doors in my left. My mind and body act on their own. I am almost drawn to it. Extreme inception fear. No truth, I'm standing here waiting at the door. The word to describe my newfound energy to the closet door slips me, but provides a sense of deja vu when I was this grown up. The cold is killing me. My instincts tell me find the source of his. However, my son alone yawn reminds me that I must lay back to sleep. I crash down again and wrap the blanket thickers around me, but not too high to not let me fit without protection, as effective as it is anyway. As I attempt to regain dreamland, my mind decides it's time to investigate the sensation I felt when I looked at my closet doors. It was something I hadn't felt in a long time, and yet its power is felt as if it happened yesterday. My feet are cold. I remember being afraid of the dark as a child. I mean, who does that a constant part of you grows towards adulthood. I used it to make a fit over same imaginary creature and my bed, my closet, and all the crevices of my bedroom. Some grey abomination snakes to its prey while no soul believes what he has to say. My parents were always there to check these palaces. This made me feel better. I now know it was appears my childhood dreams, but whenever the jazz was over and the lights were off, I still had a thin guy feeling telling me otherwise. It was just imagination at the time. I recognize it now, but sometimes I wonder if imagining it right. My feet are still cold. I never really over the possibility that I was land when I created wolf. The idea of some deformed, earless, hungry monstrosity crawling to my helpless, weak human body to yank me away, or worse, I know that things like that aren't possible now. I have much bigger problems. Effectively, I have reasons to prove it. All my peers do in the present, but when with all my wisdom, I am still afraid of what might come from the dark. The temperature drop is too much for me to take. It is disrupting my meditation. I need to do something about the possibilities back to my focus. As I jot back up to investigate, I am finding myself drawn to the doors again. The eluding dampened half open door leading some irritable fate. While I remember the content, it hides my imagination, deals some terrible banks hiding in it, like I hadn't changed since childhood. As soon as I realized the absurdity of this train of thought, I shifted my attention to the ends of the room. My furniture now seemed even more distorted in shadow. I can't make all the front door, and half my desk seems breaking to be the night. It's taken me a long time to realize that this is possible. I am not fully awake, but I can still tell that this is not where shadows work. The smallest silver of lights coming from the window is shining on the right wall, so it should be reflected near the front door. The desk and the right side of my bed, the shadow makes the reflection unnatural, or rather not even three. It is this moment that my ears pick up the faintest sound plastic. Despite its triviality, I know what and where to look for it. My laptop, which had been sitting straight on my desk, began to tilt to the right. It turned it a little more to the edge and lay down again, paralyzed by my last sight. The light zinc I saw was pieces technology slipping off the desk and plunging into darkness. Even if I didn't use the lack of sound signaling the objects, the stairs fall to the door floor made me picture the truth in my mind. Is this is just shadow? Is it hungry? Pending hole coming for me. I can't escape their room now. I helpless against it. I have closed my ears like a bunker. My heart is unable to regulate my beating, just as unable to cope with my impending fate. All this time growing up, everyone is afraid of what's coming for them is the liveless compartments of the bedroom. Monsters and creatures of all shapes and sizes come over to take our lives. We never imagined that we might be to worry about existence ending at our doorstep. We never consider the value of life until it comes to a halt. I stare back at the ceiling, unable to hide my fear, to appease my curiosity. The darkness takes over my vision. Its smoke, endless as pisting maliciously as it penetrates the construct. My feet are numb from the unable cold. The feeling of dull sense creeps from my legs to my torso. The temperature was beyond unlivable. Truth it left like I was being punished for being the only spectator of its effects. The darkness traps me in the dimensions of my room. As it grows closer and closer my position, I begin to feel absolutely nothing from my hands. A cold has made its way to my neck, blocking all signals from my limbs. The turn came to my head, my facial expressions no longer responded to the commands from my brain. Before this happened, I was able to cast my eyes down the room one last time. There is nothing here anymore. My world has been taken away by the black void that has consumed my surroundings. I am paralyzed, helps to help myself out of this predicament. No, that is what matter. There is nowhere could go, even if moved. Suddenly something that should have realized me puts me back into paralysis. I can feel my right foot again, but I can't stand still. The darkness begins to take over my bed. Soon I will also fall over. So there I am with neither mobility nor escape, just waiting to be devoured by the void. I will be surrounded but eternal silence followed endlessly. No one will there to calm me down.